帰る？帰る。二人きりの時は本当の名前で呼んでほしい。私のマナは。
Excess.
What's going on, my friends? Today we're reviewing New Saga Episode 2, and the first video that I made was should you watch it? And this show is going to feel a little different for everybody, and at the end of the day, I do want to acknowledge that summer anime is awesome. Just today, I got done watching Dealing with the Mikadono Sisters, and I got done watching the 4th season, Episode 1 of Shield Hero, and that's just 2 anime today, and there was like 2 others that dropped today as well. So I want to acknowledge that summer is jam-packed. So when we are watching an anime like New Saga, I have to admit to you guys, this is cheese, man. This is the cheese, and I'm gonna keep saying that throughout the video. But this is a cheesy anime, and it's so cheesy that it takes a lot of inspiration from a lot of anime we've seen before. And it's not doing anything special, right? Guy, piece of doo-doo guy gets put his back up against the wall. Because of reasons, everyone's dying and stuff. He has to be the guy, defeats the demon lord, gets to go back in time, and gets a redo. Even though it's cheesy, and it's a story we've seen with a different paintbrush before, I don't know if I'm going to nail the wording on this video, but there's just something that I can't clutch my eyes. I can't take my eyes away from it. Like, it's so good. I'm enjoying it so much. And I want to recognize that it's not traditionally good. Like, if I were to go show this to another person who reviews anime, or, if this was Anime News Network, or something like that. I don't know why I said it that way, but, like, if it was like a site, they'd be like, it's a 6 out of 10. I recognize that it's totally a 6 out of 10. But it's one of those ones that I like, how like when you meet somebody, like, I found my people, that's this show. And maybe that's you guys, right? Like, maybe like we're the people. But this is definitely one that I'm feeling. I like the characters they've introduced so far. I like Kyle. I like that he's wishy-washy about being OP, and he's rediscovering himself, and he casually came up against, like, he got some treasure because he decided to dig a hole, and he met, I'll talk about that in a second, but, he's the typical, atypical OP character, went back in time, and now he's just tight-lipped, but everything's just going to work out for him. Then you have 𝐒𝐿, and one of the things that really sold me on, like, I'm really having a good time, is as I was watching this episode, as it was unfolding, and again, cheese, right? This is just cheese. As it's unfolding, one of the thoughts I had was like, you know what? This guy, he wasn't able to save his girl before, and he was never able to tell her, about like, I love you, whatever, and she died. And I was thinking about that. I was like, if you had a boy or girl that you were in love with, and you were put in that same situation, and they died before you could ever, consummate that, or, tell them your feelings or whatever, you would feel a certain way. But if you got a second chance at life, like, you would go put in that work ASAP. And I was like, man, it sucks. Like, this anime would just get elevated if he just took this unique opportunity that was given to him and just told her his feeling. Well, it happened. And it's the moment it happened, something clicked in my brain that just went, this is what I wanted. And it's hard to, again, put that in words, but it's like, that's it. That's the stuff. That's the juice. And, he kisses her, and she ends up, through jealousy, and I'll talk about it in a second, but through jealousy, she's like, I'm going to go with you on this adventure, right? His big plan is to go and make money, be an adventurer, get renown, get money. Get money, get bitches. He's going to go get money, get renown, get trust, build up, be the hero, right? That's his whole plan. So there's at 𝐒𝐿 stuff, and it was like, okay, money in the bank, shorty, what you think? Boom. Then we have 𝐜𝐴ron, which is his best friend, and he's basically going to drag him along, which he did in his former life too. 𝐜𝐴ron gave up his life so he could go defeat the Demon King. So we knew he's going to be there. Then the twist happens. Elf girl comes onto the scene, and the twist is, this was homie's ex-girlfriend. Well, this was his girlfriend. This was his lover, girlfriend before. And because he never got to do the 𝐒𝐿 stuff, right? Obviously, he moved on, and she comforted him, and they, whatever. But she also gave up her life for him to defeat the Demon Lord. She also died. So his second baddie in life also died. So now he has a unique opportunity to not only amend the love that he never got to realize, but that he could also, you know, nurture the love that he did and make sure that neither of the things happen. And I was like, that's cool. And it's cheesy because it's harem, right? And the thing that solidifies the harem is at the end of the episode, he, you know, after they dig the tunnel, they find their stuff, you know, he finds his sword, and his sword is like sentient. And in the first episode, right, you guys saw it to where, like, you know, his sword basically also sacrifices himself so he can defeat the demon lord. But his sword ends up being a lowly girl too, so that it's like his sword's part of the harem too. So now he's got all his band back together. Then you sprinkle in the other interesting characters, which is like his mom, which is like, you know, a super mage, and his, you know, best friend's mom, which is like a super swordsman lady. And the biggest thing is, bro's got a family. He's got a dad. Dad ain't dead. He's not Ash Ketchum's dad who disappeared. He's there. He's totally exists. He's like, oh, there's my dad. You know, it's like, oh, bro's got a legit family and everything. That's cool. So I thought that was funny. And yeah, I think I'm just going to put this one in the bucket of just I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun. I don't think it's traditionally good, but it's I'm enjoying it good. And yeah, I think it's just gonna fit for me. It's gonna fit in that bubble of anime like Lost Another World with My Smartphone, and Knights and Magic, and The World's Finest Assassin, and The Eighth Son, and The Wise Man's Grandchild. It's gonna fit in this category of, yeah, if I were to really pick them apart and really, like, you know, boo-boo on their story, they're probably like 6, 6.5, 5.5, 7 out of 10 at best. But for me, all of those fit in a category of my enjoyment of them are in like a 9. Now, I don't want to oversell the anime because it could end up being total dog shit and it could totally go down the toilet. But so far, 2 episodes in, it's one of my favorites of the season so far. One of my favorite new shows of the season. And that's big. That's big compliments for me, you know, because so far, like just today, I watched a new anime called Dealing with the Mikodono Sisters, which I thought was really good too. There's other new anime like Scooped Up by S Rank Adventure. There's The Fragrant Flower, Private Tutor, Secrets of the Silent Witch. There's a lot of really good shows this season, and this one is definitely up there with like, yeah, this is one of my new favorite shows, but it's in that category of like trash isekai, reincarnation stuff. And I don't know, I'm being maybe overly, I'm foaming at the mouth in a positive way. I read a comment yesterday that said, I love seeing you slowly crash out each video, because sometimes there's certain anime that I start off really high and then like just over time, it just basically kills my soul over time. Hopefully it's not that, but I laughed beyond belief yesterday when I read that comment. So, because it does happen to where like I'm crashing out each week. I just crash out more on an anime. Left my A rank party. I'm looking at you. All right, my friends, I'm gonna see you guys next week. New Saga, so good. Not good, but so good. Hopefully I found my peoples. Let me know if you guys are gonna keep watching in the comments. If not, let me know that in the comments too. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.